What is a function? A function is the relation between each element in its domain to one and only one element in its range. So a function is defined for a certain set called domain contain the variable x to another set called the range containing the values of y, under the condition that from each value x, one and only one arrow is going to y. So the relation, so for each value of x there is only one value of y corresponding to it. For example, if we study the function that represents the price of fuel of the car, for each one value we define the amount of fuel as the variable x and the price as the variable y, which varies with x. So for each value of x, for each quantity of fuel, there is one and only one price as function of it. If we have price of $3.80 per gallon, for example, so this relation will give us the price y for any quantity, for any amount of fuel, for any value of x. So for example, if x was 2.3 gallons, according to this relation, the price will be $8.74. Now, to test if a relation is function or not, in the function we should have from each value of x in the domain, as we said, one and only one arrow towards the range, which is the values of y. If we have from each x one arrow only, so there is one value only corresponding for it from y, so this is a function. But if we found at least one value of x where two arrows are going, so two values of y corresponding to this x, so this is not a function. Another method to test if it's a function or not is the vertical line test. For each graph we draw vertical lines along the whole curve. If all the vertical lines cut the graph in one point only, so it is a function. But if one vertical line at least passed through 2 points on the graph, so this is not a function. A function notation is expressing the function and its independent variable, which is x, by a symbol of in the form f of x, which represents the dependent variable, the variable which depends on the other one. So in this case, for example, the quantity of fuel represents x, which is the independent variable, and its price represent y, which is the dependent variable which depends on x. So the price depends on the quantity of fuel we're filling. Thank you. So what are the dependent and independent variable of the function? An independent variable is a variable that changes a dependent variable without being changed, while the dependent variable is the variable that is changed by the independent variable. In studying any function, we have to define its variables and which one depends on the other. For example, we're studying the time taken for a boat to finish a certain journey as function of its speed. So we have the speed and the time. Of course, the speed affects the time in this example. So as the speed increases, the boat takes less time, and a slower boat will take more time. So here we define the independent variable as the speed and the dependent variable as the time, and we can study the effect of speed on time. Thank you.